This is Badass Billy Gunn, 11-time WWE Tag Team Champion, Intercontinental Champion, Hardcore Champion, and you're listening to IcoPod. You gotta hear this. And if you're not listening to this, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
And we're back with episode 73 of IcoPod. I'm Bob Collins Jr. And with me, as always, is Austin Skinner. Austin, how's it going over there in Orlando, Florida?
Oh, you know, the huge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man, just kind of hanging. I see your IcoPod shirt. You want to actually show me that a little bit?
Yeah, I was hoping you would notice. I've been talking to you for about 21 minutes.
You're kind of like hunched over watching baseball, so
I am not watching baseball. I'm watching the NBA draft. Go Bulls.
How's like the print? Is it pretty good, like clear quality, or?
Yeah, like it's not blurry.
Okay, and it's a pretty big logo on your chest.
Yeah, it's literally it's like nipple to nipple.
Is the white printed in, or is it the part of the shirt? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's part of the shirt.
So the white you can feel is like not the print?
Right. So it's not like it doesn't look, it wouldn't be
like a solid block logo.
Right. So it doesn't look like a clear, like a blocked picture.
Oh, that's cool.
It's blended in with the shirt.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So it's not like you see black and then like white and then another white.
Right.
It's all one.
Oh, good. Because I wasn't sure how Redbubble did it like that. So that's cool. Glad to hear that.
Yep.
So
got myself a 2XL. It shipped to me pretty fucking quick. Like I got it, I think 3 days or something like that.
Have you washed it yet?
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing it. I washed it today.
Did it shrink?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, nice. All right, Redbubble coming through, baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you, Mr. Listeners, and you, Mr. Austin Skinner, need to get your own IcoPod shirt.
Yes, I do.
Because our plan was to wear it to the AEW show.
If you're lucky.
Oh, well, great.
Honestly, yeah. So like, I might pull a Dallas Gridley Hogan 98 money and bring 2 shirts.
Oof.
Yeah. So like, because if Moxley's there, I'm wearing the OG Moxley shirt.
I would have to think Moxley will be there.
Like meet and greet Moxley.
Oh.
Because I want him to put me over for it.
Yeah, and then I can swoop in and be like, hey, man, remember that feud with Cody Hawk?
Fuck.
Like, yo, this is the dude.
Fuck. But if not, yes, of course. I'm wearing the IcoPod because I'm a whore for attention.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I will be doing that. I'm looking forward to you guys coming down here. It's like closer and closer because like last week of June is next week.
I was gonna say it's 3 weeks away because we head down on a Thursday.
It's insane.
So
I am looking forward to that. My folks also might be coming in town the week before you guys get here. They might literally be leaving the Thursday you guys land.
Oh, that's fine.
So I'll keep you updated on that. But hopefully you and Dallas won't fight over the pull-out couch versus the blow-up mattress. We'll have to see.
He weighs less than me, so he should get the blow-up.
The blow-up's pretty fucking comfortable, and me and Katie slept on it. It's a king size.
All right, so I'll go blow up then. And then Dallas can go fuck himself.
Just throwing that out there.
Great.
So, yes, we have both of those options, and I wish you guys were in town longer. We're not going to be able to do much but go to the AEW show. But to get you out of the house, Bob, I don't care if it was fucking you were only here for 16 hours. We're getting you out of the house.
I've been doing shit, okay? This past weekend...
I think people think you're dead.
They probably did. Well, this past weekend, I went to Lake Placid, New York.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I tried a new vodka.
Oh.
I've always been a Grey Goose guy, kind of top shelf stuff.
Okay.
And my buddy LaFleur suggested that I try Tito's vodka.
Okay,
of course,
more about that. Yeah.
Austin, you're not going to know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. So Tito's it literally tastes like water.
Is that a good thing? No.
It's a great thing. It just doesn't have the same effects as water.
Okay.
So, like, I am not even kidding you right now. I'm probably a little buzzed.
What's more expensive?
Grey Goose.
And it tastes worse.
It's strong. It has a stronger taste.
But they both get you the same amount of hammered? Like,
Yeah.
is there one more alcohol than the other? Or
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to look at my bottle. But anyway,
Weird.
yeah. So I like the fact that it's like water, because when you put it in your mixed drink. So I've had like 3 vodka cranberries today, and with Grey Goose, like, you can taste the Grey Goose. No matter how much you put into it, you can taste the Grey Goose. With this, it's like you were just drinking cranberry juice, and then it's like when you're sitting down, you're like, holy fuck, what's going on? You forget, oh, hey, there was vodka in that too.
That might be a little dangerous for you, pal?
You know, it's not that bad.
Wow, Bob, who are you? You're turning into a little drinker.
Tito's vodka, man. It's
Yikes.
it's probably my new favorite vodka.
Okay, well, Tito, if you're out there listening, brother,
It's Tito Santana. Ole!
sponsor us, homie.
Yeah. No, but I had a good time with we went with like 12 people or whatever.
Did you get laid?
No, they all had girlfriends and boyfriends.
What a bunch of shit that is.
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
So what you're saying is
crazy stuff happened though. Like, one guy had an edible.
Did you eat it? No. Oh.
But one guy did eat it, and
He died.
He might have. He was in. So, like, we were in basically the woods, like in Rondecks. We were in the cabin or whatever.
Okay.
And we had a fire. Starts raining
in the cabin.
Outside.
Okay.
And this guy has, he tries an edible or whatever, and then he proceeds to be outside for 6 hours maintaining a fire in a downpour.
Did the fire eat an edible too, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
But he was just out there with like a rain jacket on, a raincoat, and he was obsessed with this fire. I was inside talking to people like normal, and then he walked back in, and he's like holding his hand, and he's squeezing it. I'm like, dude, what's wrong? He's like, I burned my hand. He was like wide-eyed. He's just like, hey, and he just was just staring at us.
Well, you know what they say, when you play with fire, you tend to get burned.
Yeah.
So
that's usually the general rule of thumb.
Yeah. So what you're saying, I mean, what I'm gathering here is that basically Lake Placid kept you pretty flaccid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to the Winter Olympics like museum thing.
Oh yeah.
Where the Miracle on Ice occurred. We went into that rink.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That was pretty neat to to be part of, be where history was made or whatever.
Sure. Which
reminds me, probably when we're done recording, I might have to rewatch that movie, because I like to be like, oh, hey, I was there at that rink where that happened.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I drove down with a Flair and his girlfriend and his dog Daisy, and I was in the back seat with the dog, and that dog farted in my face.
Oh.
For 3.5 hours. So
wow.
That was just a bunch of fun.
Had to be the highlight.
It was. I couldn't wait to go home just so that I could get more dog farts in my face. It was the ideal situation.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I enjoyed the whole time. I'm enjoying the idea of going to Orlando and then Jacksonville for AE Dubs. So
yeah, I've been to Jacksonville, but like I was a toddler, so I don't count that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Well, are you looking forward to this episode of IcoPod?
I mean, if I'm comparing it to like a chainsaw to the legs versus this episode of IcoPod, I would say I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, great. So let's go into observer notes. The April 25th edition of Raw got a 3.2 rating.
Yeah. No, that's a little high.
I don't even remember what happened on April 25th of Raw.
A little high.
I might be drunk. I don't know.
Yikes.
What did happen? What was the last thing we talked about?
Weren't the last 2 episodes kind of rough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of would like to know what we talked about.
Well, here, I'll fucking scroll back for you.
Well, that would be great.
I have no interest in a tag feud, so we got the tag match. That might have drew in some people. We got some more developments between Diesel Razor with some interference.
Yeah, but what was the big match?
It was the tag match for the titles.
That was that episode? Was the rematch?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I think you're off by a week.
All right, I'm gonna scroll it back even farther, fucking Bob. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm literally gonna go to my source here of news, and yeah, you are wrong. The last episode was a match between Razor Ramon and Jeff Jarrett.
Yikes.
So you were 2 weeks off.
Yikes.
Thanks a lot for that.
Listen, I got hit in the head a lot growing up. So
yeah, I can see that. Okay. You're not doing very well with this whole remembering
you're hammered. I'm concussed. Let's just call spades a spade.
I'm intoxicated. That's different.
Well, okay. Well,
not so blatantly fucking over the moon drunk where I'm like tripping.
You're blowing a 3. You're blowing a 3. It's supposed to be 0.08 or 0.8 or whatever. You're blowing a 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you're definitely getting a fucking ticket.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, don't fault us for that. Listen, everybody's human. You know.
Those last 2 episodes were so bad that Austin was like, "Listen, man, I can't record last week." So, he's like, "I have no motivation."
I had no motivation. Yeah.
So let's just go to this one. And I was like, yeah. I was like, cool.
So yes, regardless, I'm very surprised that it got a 3.2. But you know what? Maybe it was Duke the Dumpster Drosey's vignette that just exploded the ratings.
It could have been. Or it could have been Razor or Jeff Jarrett. I think
right. They wanted to see what attire he had on.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe maybe we'll get a concert.
Right.
Ludwig Borga. Remember, he broke his ankle back in January. He's not returning to the company.
Oh, I'm so fucking heartbroken about that.
Yeah. I'm devastated. I'm a big Borga fan. So
fuck him. That's what I say.
Well, I'm not that big of a fan. I'm gonna fuck him.
Okay. Is that yeah, that's what I meant. Carry on.
Kurt Hennig. Remember, he was like, my back hurts or whatever. My knee's a little sore. I might have strep throat.
My back hurts.
My back hurts. My knee aches.
A little sore.
My ears. My equilibrium's all off. My nose is running. I have an ingrown fingernail.
Ingrown hair.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I wiped too hard. My butt's been bleeding for a little bit. Just various things going on with Kurt Hennig. So where he has decided not to wrestle for the WWF.
Okay.
Kind of throwing the whole Lex Luger feud out the window. So he's expected to be going to WCW now.
Is there... Okay, so first of all, if you're Lex Luger, you better be putting your fucking notice in. Because you can't catch a break. Your whole run is snake bitten for over a year.
Ever since he slammed Yokozuna, his career has plummeted.
Yeah. Immediately down the drain.
Yeah.
So if let's just get that right out of the way. If you're Lex Luger, peace out. If you're Kurt Hennig, you got some balls to like have money be put behind you for like this post WrestleMania feud. And then just be like, nah, ain't feeling it. See ya. Georgia, here I come.
I could just see him being like, oh, I'm putting Luger over again. Nah, I'm peacing out, bro.
Yeah, we'll see about that, dude.
Yeah.
See you later, Vince.
That's what I would have done.
That's a fucking boss right there. That is a boss of a human being to be like, you know what? I don't think that's going to happen.
That's smart business. You never lose your value.
Sure, right. And a guy like Kurt Hennig, I mean, he was around forever, you know?
Yeah.
So, in one facet or another. So there you go. I mean, you got to give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah. No, there's no doubt about that. Let's go right into some house show notes. These shows both took place on May 1st, and they both took place in Massachusetts. The first one was in Worcester, Massachusetts at the Centrum.
Mm-hmm.
It featured 1-2-3 Kid taking on Quang, Mabel squaring off against Bam Bam Bigelow, the Heavenly Bodies in tag team action against the Smoking Guns, Razor Ramon squaring off against Diesel, WWF Women's Champion Alundra Blaze taking on Leilani Kai, IRS in action against Tataka, Lex Luger in singles action against Crush, who was substituting for Mr. Perfect, and the main event was WWF World Champion Bret Hart defending against Owen Hart.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'm buying a ticket to that. Absolutely. We're making the drive to Mass, buddy.
Not a bad card there.
Not a bad card for a house show. But again, how much of matches are you really getting? Which we've discussed quite a bit. Brett and Owen, man, I'm so ready to see more of that on TV. So it's bittersweet to hear that it's happening. We're just not seeing it.
Not a lot of promotion for it. Yeah.
Not a lot of promotion.
Over in Fall River, Massachusetts, at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium, featured Bob Backlund against PJ Walker.
Oh boy.
Duke Rosie taking on Adam Baum.
Oh boy.
Sparky Plug battling Bastion Booger.
Oh boy.
The Head Shrinkers squaring off against the Quebecers.
Hmm.
Jeff Jarrett in singles action against Doink the Clown.
Oh.
And in the main event, Earthquake battling Yokozuna.
I'm driving by giving that show the middle finger. Fucking laying on the horn.
I'm going to take a shit right in the parking lot, light it on fire.
Oh, yeah. I'm hanging my ass out the window and just shit. I'm doing a drive-by shitting.
There you go.
Just roll the window back up. On my way to the other fucking show because it's 30 times better than that card.
Yeah.
I would go just to heckle and boo the shit out of them. That's what I would do. Fuck it. Front row. Fuck it. Front row.
Get a cheaper ticket to the better show and get the most expensive ticket for the shitty show just so they can hear you as you just berate them.
Yes. Bring like 13 signs with you.
Hey,
and just
hey Adam Baum. Yeah, your name's pretty fitting. Your career's bombed.
Got him.
Yeah, nailed it.
He would rip it. He'd rip the sign.
Hey, Sparky Plug. Yeah, looks like they're about to pull the plug on your career.
Oh my god.
Oh man, Duke Rosie. Well, I don't know you yet, man, but like you smell because you're a garbage guy.
Yeah, I would. That's what I would do. Fuck
PJ
it.
Walker, what did you do? Give Pat Patterson a BJ for your job? Hey.
Oh. Yeah, so fuck it. I ain't going to the first show. I'm buying a front row to the second show, and I'm just booing the shit out of them.
Booing the shit out of them.
The whole time.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's a bad one. That's one of the worst ones we've heard.
Yeah, it's pretty weak. There was one where it was like in a high school gym. And
yeah.
It was pretty bad, but
right.
That's not a strong card at all. Let's get right into some syndication. And this week, there's one pretty fucking big match, arguably the biggest syndication match that we've had to talk about to this point. And we've been doing this for over a year.
Right.
On the April 30th, 1994 edition of Superstars, there was a match between Razor Ramon and Diesel for the WWF Intercontinental Championship, which, of course, Razor Ramon currently holds.
Yeah, when I saw this in my fucking Facebook inbox, I was like, are you kidding me? This is the first singles match, and we're doing it on Superstars.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they had mentioned it, I think, on Raw. Like, oh, these guys will be fighting this weekend on Superstars or whatever.
But I was pretty pumped to watch this because it's been a decent build-up. Like, I'm getting there. Like, I'm kind of excited for their match because I don't really know what to expect. But I feel like this is quick.
This is rushed.
Really rushed.
Yeah.
They're pulling a Borgo with Diesel. They're like fucking all in. Like, okay, we're ready. That's what it feels like. Like, how's this dude fighting for the IC belt already? And Sean's not even getting rematches. Like, Sean's like he's like a third party at this point.
He's like literally not even there.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's really weird.
Let's get right into the match here. Of course, it's WWF Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon defending against Diesel. Ramon runs into the ring and wastes no time hammering on Diesel with right hands and kicks. He looks for the Razor's Edge, but is backdropped by Diesel. Ramon gets up quickly and knocks Diesel to the floor with another right hand. Diesel drops Ramon throat first across the top rope from the apron and drops the champ with a short arm clothesline. Diesel drives Ramon down to the mat with a side slam for a 2 count. Ramon is dropped face first onto the top turnbuckle, and Diesel jumps down across Ramon's back. Diesel's really focusing his attack on Ramon's lower back, which seems to be a trend for Razor Ramon matches. Ramon lifts Diesel up with the big man on his shoulders as Diesel had a neck vice on the champ, and Ramon hits a electric chair slam. Ramon goes for the cover, but Diesel kicks out at 2. Razor comes off the middle rope to plant Diesel with a bulldog, but can't put Diesel away. Shawn Michaels is punched off the apron, and Razor runs into a knee lift in the corner. Michaels is knocked off the apron, again this time by Diesel on accident, as he took the turnbuckle pad off. But this allows Diesel to send Ramon into the exposed turnbuckle and connects with the powerbomb to win the match. Pretty big moment for Diesel. This guy back in September was being rumored as, hey, we're just going to fire you. Now here in April of 1994, he is arguably the second ranking champion behind Brett. Usually the Intercontinental Championship is a kind of foreshadowing of maybe we might put the world title on you at some point. What do you think of the match? Diesel's champion, and where could Diesel potentially go? Sure, of course, we know where he goes, but would you necessarily see it at this time?
Well, just kind of going right from the top. I'm watching this match. And first of all, for a Diesel Razor Ramon match, 2 relatively bigger guys, Diesel a little bit clumsier than Razor. I thought they were having a great match. Like, I was into it. I think Diesel comes off as a star. I thought that the entire match. The electric chair spot I thought was really cool. You know, this 7-foot guy getting this 6'7" guy up and dropping him. I thought was cool. Just it's basic stuff, but it was, again, I enjoyed it all. And then you get the title change at the end. Really wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting maybe like a reverse decision. Maybe the referee, gets involved or something like that. New champ on Superstars, Razor gets dropped with the fucking powerbomb. Sure, there's some interference with Shawn, but again, he's the new champ. Like, there's no discrepancy. Like, okay, here's your new champ, Diesel. So I was kind of like, okay, that's cool. Like, it keeps me guessing on Superstars, I guess. But at the same time, is that really the best place to do that? I don't know. But yeah, you know what? I thought it was a good match. I think Diesel has a ton of potential, but at the same time, maybe even like a guy like Borga or something like that, I'm afraid he's going to burn out too quick. Like, okay, he's here. He dominates in the Royal Rumble. He's getting these pushes. He's having matches with Randy Savage, like face-offs or whatever. And then he gets eliminated by Randy Savage in the Survivor Series, going back even that far.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just afraid that, okay, IC champ, we'll get maybe a little bit of a reign. And then after that, back down the card he goes. Like, he's just going to get shuffled back in. So I don't know. I'm bittersweet on it because I do think it's too early. They're obviously going to do another switch. I mean, Razor will get it back, and then whatever. They're going to definitely change it, and it's probably going to be soon, I would think. But again, I'm worried that maybe Diesel is peaking too early. Maybe they're getting way too much out of him way too quick. Overexposure. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm into it. Like, cool. He's the IC champ. I feel like it does make Razor look like a little bit of a J Brown though. Like, okay, you just won it at Mania. Like, it's not that far off from Mania. You had to fucking climb a ladder in a fucking legendary battle to win 2 belts. And then you hit your head on the turnbuckle, get powerbombed and pinned. 1, 2, 3. Like, okay. I mean, I don't know if I'm necessarily buying that right off the bat. But it was what it was. It was a good match. Keeps things interesting for the title change. I did like at the end that King uses his magistrator, as he calls it, to draw like a truck leaving tire marks over Razor's chest. To signify like, oh, he got ran over by the diesel truck or whatever. The drawing was good because it was King. You can draw. So I thought that was a nice touch. Like it was a kind of a nice capper to the happenings. But yeah, man, I'm bittersweet on it, to be honest with you.
For like a 5.5 minute match or whatever it was, I thought it was pretty good. I would say that to this point, it's one of Ramon's better matches.
I agree with you.
And
I got a lot out of that.
Yeah. And Diesel it is wicked early. Probably too soon to do the switch, but taking the belt off Ramon kind of frees him up.
Right.
To do different things.
That's true.
So that would be kind of intriguing to see. I just really hope that Diesel isn't shoved down our throats.
I could even see like, okay, here's Razor being freed up. And then maybe naturally you go with Sean Diesel, like there's some jealousy or something. Mm-hmm. And then you keep Ramon, and if Owen wins the strap from Brett, you do Razor Owen. Razor's over huge. Owen is over huge as a heel. There's going to be some steam behind that maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways because right now I feel like they kind of need Ramon freed up. I think you're right.
I mean, Brett's kind of shackled obviously with the world title, so having Ramon freed up, he's a better in-ring worker than Luger, so he's got more versatility, so he can do more things.
Right. Agreed.
Let's go right into the May 2nd, 1994 edition of Monday Night Raw, where we are taped from Burlington, Vermont.
Finally out of Utica. Holy shit.
Well, I was going to say, we're out of New York. We're finally out of like PA.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we're actually moving elsewhere. The show starts off with footage from last week where Johnny Polo insulted Captain Lou Albano and was promptly punched by Albano. And then Randy Savage had held Polo, allowing the punch to happen, getting in the ring, confrontation, Quebecers coming out, blah, blah, blah. All that is because, of course, we have a tag team title match taking place tonight. The Raw opening video, and then we go right to the arena where Vince and Randy are on commentary, and they're hyping up the WWF World Tag Team title match between the Quebecers defending against the Head Shrinkers. Savage, of course, doing his usual, anything can happen in the WWF.
Mm-hmm.
And we go right into the first match.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, speaking of that, too, we even got a little corner post pyro to open the show. So they're definitely trying to maybe ramp things up.
That is new. And there's something that happens after this match that was new as well, maybe a little over the top. But
yes.
Let's get into it here. The opening contest, WWF World Tag Team Champions, the Quebecers, defending against the Head Shrinkers. Fatu and Pierre start the match with Fatu knocking Pierre down with a shoulder block, followed up with a headbutt for a 2 count. Jacques and Samu enter the ring with Jacques poking Samu in the eyes. Jacques drops down on the mat, but is met with a headbutt. Pierre leaps off the top and lands on Jacques during a pin attempt by Samu. Head Shrinkers clothesline Pierre over the top to the floor. Quebecers decide to bail to the backstage area. The referee goes over to Fink and tells Fink to announce that if the Quebecers do not return to the ring, they will lose the match and the tag team titles. So, of course, the Quebecers and Polo come sprinting back to the ring to avoid the 10 count.
Yeah, and it was really funny here.
Commercial break.
Yes, so we hit commercial here, and it was really funny because as the Quebecers are kind of heading towards the back, Vince is screaming, "Oh, this is a ripoff!" Like, I'm surprised he was using that phrase, like ripoff, to like explain the action here. Maybe an injustice or something, but like he was literally saying ripoff. So I thought that was pretty funny, like a unique use of that word. Also funny, Samu looked like he was wearing a weird mustache, like a little bit like Jake the Snake Roberts. So like a weird facial hair change thing that, of course, only I would notice.
I'm trying to think. So I didn't notice that. So you said a mustache?
It was a very poignant mustache, which I feel like he did not have before.
Did he not have like a little on his chin, or was it just, or was it
that's
that
what I thought.
too?
Yeah, that's what I thought. He just something looked different about him. And I feel like it was the mustache because, like I said, it literally looks like a Jake the Snake on the ring apron. So yeah, those two things. So we're starting off pretty hot here. Again, I almost feel like when you do something like this, like, okay, if they don't come back, they're going to lose the belts too. I almost feel like it's a little bit of a giveaway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was I don't know. I was hot and cold on that.
It's the same thing when the champions, like, if I lose the belt, I'll retire. Or
Right.
like the challenger's like, if I don't win the belt, I will retire. That's kind of what I'm going for. Because you know he's going to fucking win the belt.
Right. Exactly.
Totally taking it out of the moment.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it felt here. But regardless, we went into commercial. I was still willing to give it a shot because, again, I like the head shrinkers quite a bit. So
they did get a decent pop, though, on that stipulation.
No, yeah, definitely.
Like the crowd was like, yeah, get him in there. We want the head shrinkers to win. Yeah, which was surprising to me because it's kind of similar with Diesel. It's like this is a out of nowhere babyface turn. Although Diesel's not babyface, but he won the title out of nowhere.
Right. And it's so funny you mentioned that because I was just going to say it's oddly easy to see that the fans are 100% behind the head shrinkers winning.
Yeah.
Like it's very visible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they were right, Bob, I guess.
Would have happened if they had stayed in the Manhattan Center? Because Manhattan Center was kind of Quebecer territory.
I don't think it would have. I don't think so either.
Because they're pretty smart there. I think they would have turned on it and gone with Quebecers.
Yeah, because they know it's bullshit.
Yeah. Back to the match, though. Fatu scoop slams Pierre for a near fall. Samu headbutts the left arm of Pierre several times. Samu with a side slam for a 2 count. Fatu is sent into the ropes and is met with a kick to the back by Jacques. Jacques sends Fatu headfirst into the ring steps, followed by a scoop slam. Jacques scoop slams Pierre onto Fatu for a near fall. Clothesline leg sweep combo on Fatu for a near fall. Jacques backdrops Pierre onto Fatu for another 2 count. We come back from another commercial. Fatu backdrops Pierre over the top to the floor. Samu gets the tag and cleans house, taking the champions out with headbutts. Samu charges towards Jacques but misses and gets his head stuck between the middle and top rope. Jacques signals for the Tower of Quebec, or Tower of London. Jacques spikes Samu with a pile driver and tags in Samu for the tower. Pierre leaps off the top, but Samu manages to move out of the way. Giant Polo is hit by Alpha on the floor. The referee didn't see Fatu get the tag. Jacques accidentally hits Pierre. Pierre gets up and nails Jacques with a left hand, clearly on purpose. Samu nails Pierre with a super kick. Double facebuster on Jacques. Fatu gets the tag and leaps off the top, connecting with a big splash, leading to a cover and the tag team titles changing hands. After the match, of course, the Head Shrinkers celebrate their victory. Fireworks go off as the fans celebrate with the new champions.
Yeah, man, I think all things considered, as much as I hate to admit this to you, I enjoyed this match. I think both teams were kind of working their best respective things that work for them, if that makes sense.
This is the first time you've enjoyed a Quebecers match.
Yes, it is. It is because honestly, the Quebecers were playing the cowards perfectly. They were hitting their tag moves that they always hit, and then for some reason, I really liked Pierre getting pissed off and just decking Jacques.
I liked that. I liked that.
I liked it a lot. And I was like, well, shit, that wasn't an accident. Oh, you hit me? Oh, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. No, fuck you. And then he levels him. I really like that. And I like Pierre maybe being the hothead of the team when you think it's Jacques. No, it's Pierre, So I liked that part of it. I thought the finish was nice and clean. There you go. There's your victory. The head shrinkers do need that, I think. All things considered, man, I really have no complaints about this match. There really wasn't any lulls, boring points, especially for a tag match with the Quebecers who like to stall quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, really no complaints with me. And it's really weird to say that because, again, I'm not a Quebecers fan. But I thought it was a pretty damn good little tag team match to open Raw and to have a title switch.
I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a go out of your way type of thing, but you'd be surprised, I think, with how good that these two teams worked together.
Right.
I personally have enjoyed the Quebecers for the most part throughout this entire time. So,
right, and
I'm well aware of how good they are, while you are not.
Well, I get that, but at the same time, man, just for me now, okay, thinking forwardly, Quebecers are no longer the champs. So we're going to get some fresh matchups. And the champs are the head shrinkers who we know can deliver. So I'm all for that.
We want to know what the one team right now that I want to see Head Shrinkers take on.
I think we're thinking the same team.
Who do you think?
The Heavenly Bodies.
You're damn right.
Yeah, I'm totally.
I think those would
I'm
be really good.
Yeah, I'm on board.
And I think Pritchard and Del Rey would sell really well for them.
Those would be awesome matches. Imagine that for a feud going into summer.
Well, could you imagine, like, if this was the NWA or something where it's not so PG, like, the Heavenly Bodies would be getting busted up big time.
Bloodied, beaten up. You could do a cage with them and it would be fucking awesome. Imagine Fatu coming off a cage on one of that or whatever.
Right.
Fucking Jimmy Del Rey movie, whatever.
I'm surprised Cornette didn't try to bring the Head Shrinkers into Smoky Mountain and do that.
It probably would have fit, yeah.
That would have been interesting.
Pretty well. Dude, yeah, I would be 100% into that. And I would totally agree with you. That'd be the team that I'd want.
That's my hope.
Yeah. Yep.
That will at some point, even if it's like on a throwaway fucking superstars.
Sure.
Just get one match of those.
Yes. I agree with you completely.
So let's go right into the King of the Ring report with Todd Pettengill.
Excuse me, you skipped the IcoPod ad with Lex Luger.
It's Ico Pro ad, but yeah.
No, they said IcoPod.
They didn't say IcoPod.
Yeah, they did.
No.
You wouldn't know because you didn't.
I have stopped noting those because I got a cease and desist letter from Ico Pro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure he did.
I'm making that up.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Lex one in a while, so I wanted to make note of that. And Bob just wanted to skip right over it. So fuck me.
Well, every time I'm gonna skip over it. So
Whatever.
you're every time, like, even with those stupid commercials, like, oh, I don't want to have sex tonight, like, you're gonna have to throw it in there because I don't write it down anymore.
Good. Well, nobody's really missing anything at this point.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the first time on Raw that we're doing a King of the Ring report in regard to the 1994 edition, of course. Pettengill puts over the new tag team champions, Head Shrinkers, and he goes over the King of the Ring tournament, what it's all about. And of course, if you pay attention last year, you would know what's going on. And he says that qualifying matches start this week on, starting with syndication, so like Superstars, Wrestling Challenge, whatever. Some of the matches include Scott Steiner taking on IRS, which will be taking place on Superstars, and we'll be discussing next week. Also next week, Razor Ramon will be taking on Quang on Raw. So that's something to look forward to. Of course, Pettengill also mentions that Ramon lost the WWF Intercontinental Championship to Diesel, which we already talked about. Yep. And also, here's a big blockbuster news. I cannot wait to sit down for 2 hours and 50 minutes or whatever and fucking write down notes for this fucking gem, because Art Donovan will be the special guest at King of the Ring.
To his credit, probably the most famous, infamous guest commentator of all time. I will make it my mission. I don't care if it takes me 3 hours to watch the pay-per-view. I'm going to make it my mission to make note of every notable phrase or sentence that comes out of his mouth.
Okay, so just a forewarning then. 1994 King of the Ring is about to be a 4.5 hour recording for us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be a shit ton of laughter and then just nonsense by Art Donovan.
I'm going to make sure to make note. So you guys have that to just look forward to, just sinking your teeth into, because I have watched this within the last 5 years. Because
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I have. Because this King of the Ring I do enjoy. But it was one of the first times I had watched it in maybe ever, if not quite a long time. And in pieces. Like, I've never watched a full show before then. And it literally, the commentary blows my mind. Blows my mind. It's insanity.
I think it's terrific.
So as soon as he noted that, I was ready to go. I was like, put this shit on right now. We'll watch it right now. So yes, I'm quite looking forward to that, because it's going to be a shit show.
I cannot wait. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So King of the Ring qualifying matches, they will begin next week, and we will be covering each qualifying match leading into the tournament. So stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the arena, Chief Jay Strongbow is with Vince McMahon and Randy Savage. McMahon asked Strongbow for his thoughts on Tatanka, who is on a warpath. Strongbow says that Tatanka is on a warpath after what IRS did to them recently. Of course, that's in regard to destroying the headdress. Austin, I'm sure you have much more to say about Chief Jay Strongbow.
And it's so funny because, okay, you see this guy, and is it me or does he just look like he's doped up the whole time? Like
he can barely keep his eyes open.
Yeah, he's like got like no expression. His eyes are half open. And he like barely says anything. Like Vince is like waiting for him to like put the shit over. And Strongbow's just like, yeah, he is. And Vince is like, all right, Randy, well, let's get into this match. And Strongbow doesn't even sit on the headset. Like he doesn't even put the headset on. He just sits there. Such a waste. And I would love to know what they paid him to do that. Because, like, what? Why are you even out there? Go do the road agent shit. Because you are contributing nothing to this television program.
I don't think the Strongbow Association is really helping Tatanka at all.
No.
If anything, it's bringing him down substantially.
It's making him look like a joke.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Tatanka, he was involved in the second match of the evening. He took on Derek Domino. Tatanka takes Domino down with a back suplex early on, and the IRS calls into the match. IRS says that Tatanka didn't pay his dues on the gift tax for the feathers he had received, and he cannot wait to fight Tatanka. Tatanka hits a middle rope flying clothesline. Domino actually gets some decent offense going for leading to a near fall after a clothesline. But Tatanka, of course, gets a second win, goes on a warpath, hits a few overhand chops, and he plants Domino with a Samoan drop, also known as End of the Trail, to pick up the win. After the match, Tatanka hugs Chief Jay Strongbow. And I just want to point out that when IRS called in, pretty bad connection. And it makes me wonder what kind of fucking service are these guys using that every phone call, you really have to pay attention to what these guys are saying in order to appreciate or even understand the promo. Dating back to Duggan when he was clearly on a 2x4 talking into wood.
Yeah,
has not gotten better.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, it definitely broke up quite a few times.
Yeah.
And I also thought it was funny that IRS kind of turned the call into, I'm going to throw in some Savage jabs and then like kind of go back and forth with Randy Savage instead of like really sticking to the Tatanka thing. Because that's kind of what it turned into. As far as the match here, man, it was super obvious to me that they were just using this as like a vehicle to get plugs in for like events and coming up, promotions. The crowd seemed really quiet and bored. I thought this match went way too long. Like we didn't need a whatever minute long Tatanka squash match. I just feel like nothing was accomplished here, honestly. Just wasted TV time. IRS doesn't really provide much over the phone. Tatanka's basic shit in the ring. Jay Strongbow not providing anything. Kind of a waste here for me. I did not enjoy it. It kind of took me out of holy shit, title change. Wow, good start to Raw. Then we're fucking hitting the pause button, it felt like, and we're going at 0.5 speed. So that's where I was at with it.
I think Tatanka's steam is substantially cooled off.
Oh my god, yeah.
When you mentioned with the crowd being like dead,
yeah,
that's the exact vibe I got. There's like we don't really care.
It's like it's so weird because for Tatanka, I feel like they'd pop on a chop. Like he's fucking chop, they're like popping.
Well, they would at least pop on the war dance, but they're not even really doing that now.
Right.
So I feel like there is steam for the IRS Tatanka feud.
Sure.
But they're kind of just, mudding it up with Strongbow and kind of taking the focus off of Tatanka and IRS. I don't know. Too
many hands in the pot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sometimes just keeping it simple is the way to go. After a commercial break, we go back to the ring where Jerry Lawler is back with another King's Court.
Ugh.
Lawler continues to rip on Piper's Pit. He pokes fun at Roddy Piper for wearing a dress, which is not a dress. It's a kilt.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. Jerry, Lawler says that Piper's mom wanted a girl and his father wanted a son, and they both ended up being happy with the result. It's a pretty, old school line there, not anything new. Right. But Lawler feels like it's fucking the newest thing ever. I feel like Lawler's even said that about Brett. So, like, he's not even making new material here, but that's Jerry Lawler for you. Lawler mentions that Razor Ramon is no longer the WWF Intercontinental Champion, and he introduces his guest for the evening, the new WWF Intercontinental Champion, Diesel. And Lawler botches. I don't know if it's on purpose, accident. Maybe this is the way to officially introduce it, but he botches the Big Daddy Cool nickname for Diesel by calling him Cool Daddy.
Yes.
It's cool to call you Cool Daddy. And then Diesel's like, no, it's Big Daddy Cool Diesel. And Lawler's like, oh, wow, I fucked that up.
And I feel like King even had like a genuine reaction, like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? So it's funny that you noticed that, because I definitely noticed it. It was Diesel goes, no. You could call me Big Daddy Cool if you'd like to. And King's like, shit.
That's exactly what I.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a rough one. We see footage from the Superstars match where Diesel ended up winning the belt, in part because of Michael's distraction. It's noted that Shawn is hurt. He's dealing with some injuries here, and that he'll be back soon. And Diesel says that it won't be long until Shawn is back in the ring. Diesel gives Ramon some credit, but says that Ramon wasn't bad enough to beat him. He thinks that he will be going after the WWF World Championship, which is currently held by Bret Hart. Lawler says that Bret Hart doesn't have any guts, as he believes that Bret would avoid the challenge of Diesel. And at that point, Diesel challenges Bret to a WWF World Championship match. So, let's just point. I'm going to do a quick run through here. So, like I said, back in September of '93, when Michaels got suspended, they were like, maybe Diesel isn't worth the investment. He has a pretty good showing at the Royal Rumble. Crowds chant his name. He gets ejected at WrestleMania 10. Really not involved in any major angle whatsoever in the company.
Right.
A month later, after WrestleMania 10, he wins the WWF Intercontinental Championship.
Right.
2 days later, after it was aired, he is now challenging for the WWF World Championship. If this is not the definition of rushing a push, I don't know what is. He just won the Intercontinental Championship, but now he wants the World Championship, so we're going for it. Like, there's no breather. It's like, go right for it. If we get a Diesel Bret Hart match for the WWF World Championship before Owen Hart gets a WWF World Championship match on television, I'm going to lose my fucking shit.
That's what it feels like is going to happen.
Oh, man.
To be fair here, just to kind of recap a little bit as far as this King Court segment, we've seen worse King's Courts. The fact that Shawn's not out here to steal the spotlight was something that I definitely appreciated. Like, okay, don't just sing it, Diesel. Bring it. You're a star. Show us on the mic. Let's see it. I think he was fine. I could definitely tell he has no creative thoughts as far as cutting a promo. That's interesting. I think he just talks. He's like not cutting a promo. He just talks.
He kind of brought the accent back to you a little bit.
Yeah, he did. He kind of did. As soon as he brings up the WWF title being in his sights next, and he thinks, oh, I think I'll go after that. What the fuck are you talking about? Literally, you just won the Intercontinental Championship. You just won it. What makes Diesel think he can fight Bret Hart and like beat him and be the WWF champion? Like, what warrants that? And the best part is like, oh, King like puts it over. He's like, oh yeah, I've seen more guts on a skeleton when it comes to Bret Hart. So he's saying like, oh, Bret will probably just dodge you. When, mind you, Bret literally fights fucking
everybody
two for the WWF champion. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. So now you know, okay, Diesel's going to get a shot at the WWF title. If he doesn't win, he's going to look like a moron. Like, wow, you're stupid. There you go. There was your shot. If he does win, fire Bret, because that blows. And then fuck Owen, fire Owen because you fucked him over. And then I don't know, man. Just give Diesel the tag belts, both to Diesel. It's insane. It's insane. There literally hasn't even been a Raw MVP.
I would die if he fucking held all 3 championships at once.
You might as well. Might as well do that. It just seems like such a fucking stretch.
Yeah.
It's too early. It's so confusing. Like, what's the good that's going to come out of that? Okay. Diesel throws out a challenge to Brett. Brett accepts. They have a match. Regardless of the outcome, what is the benefit of that?
This is the definition of booking yourself into a corner. Because if you have Brett lose to Diesel, that sucks for Brett. Because he's going to look like a Jay Brown.
That freaking sucks. Like,
and then
no.
And then if you have Brett, like, submit fucking Diesel, there goes Diesel's credibility. Like, he's just gone. Like, I don't know if I really hope they don't book this. I don't know. There's no way there's a clean finish involved, I think.
I almost just feel like they'll brush this under the rug. Like, let's wait. Let's just pretend that we're not building to that. And let's just wait. And, like, let's focus on what we're doing. Like, let's just not bring that up again. That's what I'm hoping happens. Because, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not.
It just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Like, where is this coming from? Like, no, man. No. Absolutely not. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. He's hanging by a thread beating Razor Ramon on Superstars in 5 minutes. Like, I kind of don't buy that. Let alone, okay, I won the strap. Now I want Brett's title. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Are you for real? Yeah. I don't know.
It's too rushed.
Way too rushed. Too forced. Like, he's not good.
He's got to build a credibility. Like, he needs to be in a 3-month program with Virgil or something, beat Virgil for several months, maybe get a decent rub off of that, and then go after Brett.
Yeah. Virgil is the stepping stone.
Yes.
So, for me, man, it's very confusing.
Well, people are going to think that Virgil's not stepping stone. Yokozuna had to beat Virgil before he won the WWF World Championship. So
he's the watermark.
That's right. And technically, Diesel has beaten Virgil.
That's
so
true.
Holy shit, maybe Diesel's about to be WWF World Champion.
That's true. Maybe they'll do it on Superstars again.
Shit.
So there you go, 5-minute match. Brett fucking set up turnbuckle and powerbomb pin
by Cool Daddy for the 1, 2, 3.
So stupid.
Awful.
Stupid.
We get another little vignette here, clip of people claiming to have seen The Undertaker.
Here we fucking go. I'm stopping you right there, Bob.
Go ahead.
I'm cutting you the fuck off.
Go ahead.
Because now we go from King's Court, which is a joke, to these Undertaker sightings again.
Right.
Whoever has come up with this idea, whoever's producing these segments, needs to get punched in their mouth. So here we go. Let's just start things off. We are taken to a mechanic shop. Guy walks in. He tells the other guys, hey, guys, I just saw The Undertaker. Everybody literally stops, looks up from their tools, and then goes back to work. Like, oh, okay, cool. Then
Who's the Undertaker?
Yeah, and then the guy who comes in, he's like, he gets no reaction. He's like, he was a cool guy. And then they all just continue working. Okay. Cool. The construction worker, the mechanics put Undertaker, if anything, they take away. They do not put him over. Okay, so that's our first sighting, quote unquote, that we get. Get this shit. Okay. Then we're taken to a preschool. Okay, we're sitting at the little table, the little short stools, the little short table. Okay, teacher's asking a little girl if she's seen The Undertaker. She says yes. She has seen him outside the slide, sliding down the slide.
Can you just imagine Undertaker go, wee?
Like, you might as well have said he was. Yeah, I saw him. He's taking a dildo up the ass outside. I watched it because he's a bitch. So not only is he sliding down a slide at a preschool as the Undertaker, he's kind of a sexual predator at that point. Because why is Undertaker the outside of a preschool?
Right.
Like, what are you doing, Mark? You ain't picking up your kids. You're a dead man. Because it's the Undertaker outside, not Mark Calloway. So what you doing, pal? Not good.
Plot twist.
Not good. If I would have believed it more if she said she saw Jerry Lawler outside.
Oh boy, yeah. Jerry Lawler's like, hey, I'm they call me Cool Daddy.
Yikes.
Woo.
Okay, so that was segment number 2. Okay. Then we get like a blitz. We see a firehouse. We see an antique shop. The ladies are talking about him. Oh, he wanted a solid gold urn. These are so fucking bad. Like, I don't know if they're trying to kill the Undertaker's like Mystique, but they've completely succeeded. Like, if anybody is afraid of the Undertaker at this point, not even a preschool girl was. So I don't know. I don't know where you go from here, because think of what we gotten so far, right? He's disappearing out of sub shops with 5-foot-long sandwiches. Okay. He's frolicking in a preschool playground, sliding down the slide, just giggling like a little schoolgirl, right? He's not impressing blue-collar mechanics showing up at a mechanic shop. They're just like, okay, cool. Can we work now? He's at an antique shop. He's at a fire. I don't know, dude. Like, what the fuck is this? This should have been the Duke the Dumpster Drozy shit.
Yeah, that's what I would have.
Like, not Undertaker. Like, are you shitting me?
This whole thing is kind of like destroying the gimmick to me.
Completely.
Like, there's no fear. A dead guy just rolling into a fucking garage for a car or whatever, you know. Like,
nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah. Children are just like, yeah, he was here and he touched me or whatever. It's fine. Like, I'm 5. I can handle it. It's like, okay. I'm not enjoying it.
What is he gonna be when he comes back? That's what I want to know. Is he gonna have like a pink outfit and like gray gloves and like
maybe
he's like the nice Undertaker? And instead of like killing people, he like builds them up and gives them pep talks.
Yokozuna, you wear that 560 pounds very well.
If you ever decided to lose weight, I would back you 100%.
The motivational mark.
I don't fucking get it. There's got to be a twist somewhere. There has to be a twist. Like, there's going to be a point where he must go into an old folks home and we see him there and he's choke slamming old motherfuckers. Like, oh, this is what it's really been.
This guy thinks he's dead, but he's really not. And he's fucking choke slamming everybody through our fucking tables. They're metal.
Right. Something's got to give, because I just, it's literally, it has me at a loss for words. I'm just so confused.
Oh, I'm baffled.
I don't know what the buildup is for. Like, who are you? It's not the Undertaker. It can't be the Undertaker. You've killed his gimmick if it's the Undertaker.
I don't know who else. I mean, I don't know who else they could do.
Preschool girl literally says, "Oh yeah, I saw him. He was sliding down the slide." If she's not scared of the Undertaker and witnesses him slide down a preschool slide, mind you, those are fucking small.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playing in the wood chips. I don't know. Where do you go from there?
I think someone needs to get a hold of the Undertaker present day and ask him to recreate all the things that were said that he was doing at this time. So I would want Undertaker in 2019 to slide down a preschool slide.
He'd fucking break.
I think everything. I think the playground would probably break.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to hope that they were filming these and releasing these without his consent.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were to ask like at a convention or something, like, hey Mark, what'd you think of these vignettes or whatever? And he'd probably be like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I hope so, dude. I hope so. Because if he knew and agreed to it, yikes. Holy shit, that's bad.
What if they had The Undertaker at the playground slide with the child actor today, and then she can be like, I am vindicated. I fucking told you guys 25 years ago that this motherfucker was sliding down a slide, and here he is again doing it.
Yeah, she's been in therapy over it. Like nobody ever her.
Like they shoved a fucking camera in my face and they're like, have you seen this guy? I was like, yeah, he was on the slide. And like nobody believed me, but like I saw it. Like, it sticks out when you see a guy 6'10" sliding down a slide, even when you're 5.
You know,
and yes, Jerry Lawler was on the bench looking at me eating an ice cream cone.
God.
And he kept on saying cool daddy a lot. And I don't know what that meant. And yes, I slept with him 5 years ago, but that has nothing to do with the story.
Oh. Switching gears here. Me and you would pop if a meme we came across on Facebook was Undertaker like out in life with like a 5-foot-long sandwich.
Right.
Fucking pop. And whoever listens to this podcast would pop. But everybody else would be like, ha, look, it's Undertaker with a big sandwich. But like there's context behind that.
Yeah. So
I hope that one day I'm scrolling down my newsfeed and it's me and Mark, old as fuck, just carrying a fucking big ass sandwich out of a shop. One day. I can only dream. And then all this shit will make sense.
Yeah.
But before that happens, shit don't make sense to me. So that's where I'm at with it.
I don't think anybody can sit here and say they have enjoyed this angled development for Mr. Undertaker.
I hope not.
So while, firefighters, children, women, sub workers, none of them are afraid of the Undertaker, apparently. But the man competing in the main event sure as hell is, and that's Yokozuna. He squared off against Mike Davis and Scott Taylor in the handicap match in the main event of this episode. Yokozuna hit a leg drop on Davis after clotheslining both men. He then hits a rock bottom on Taylor to just dominate both men. Like he's just having fun.
Right.
He hits a back suplex on Taylor and continues just to take his time. He puts Taylor on top of Davis and connects with a double bonsai drop for the easy win. After the match, Yokozuna is like, hey, I haven't had enough yet. So he hits another bonsai drop on Davis and Taylor. Earthquake runs in, makes the save, has a confrontation with Yokozuna, but Yoko decides to simply roll to the floor and just peace out of there. Just to continue on before we discuss it, Earthquake ends up with Vince McMahon and Randy Savage, and he tells McMahon that everybody is talking about Yokozuna, and when is he going to fight Yokozuna? So Earthquake challenges Yokozuna to a one-on-one match. Of course, he's spitting everywhere, spits in his beard, whatever. He's just all riled up. And then next week on Raw, of course, we have Razor Ramon and Quang in a King of the Ring qualifying match to wrap up the show. But what did you think of the main event and the interaction with Earthquake? And apparently a Earthquake Yokozuna feud is going to be on television.
Really quick just about the match. I think it was pretty effective. I mean, Yoko literally 2 moves in has killed these guys. Like they're dead. So he just has a little bit of fun with them. The bonsai, the double bonsai was pretty good. And I did like that he hit an individual one on each guy, although I feel like Mike got the worst. I feel like Yoko did not protect that guy when he landed, but protected Scott.
He definitely protected Scott. And I think Scott even kind of braced himself for it.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Maybe Mike Davis, maybe there was some hidden agenda there with Yoko.
Maybe.
But yeah, so we get that. They get the individual bonsais, and Earthquake comes down, like you said. We get kind of a stare down, but then Yoko just sidesteps and just leaves the ring as we go to commercials. So I thought that was kind of shitty. Okay. the ringside interview with Earthquake, just like you said, he's sick of hearing about Yokozuna. He's challenging him officially right now. He wants to know, okay, not only who the biggest man in the WWF is, but who's the best. And if I could count how many times I've heard that, I'd be very impressed with myself. There was passion in the promo. I didn't think it was very good. He doesn't really say much. I'm not personally looking forward to an Earthquake Yoko feud. Historically, I can't think of many big man matchups like that have been good. So I have a hard time believing that this is going to be one of the exceptions to that case. Really confused with Earthquake's booking since he's returned. I don't know. I mean, I'm not into it. I want to be into it because I like Earthquake. I somewhat like Yoko still, but honestly, them two guys fighting, no. No thanks.
Well, for me, it comes across like a low mid-card feud.
Completely.
Maybe they're trying to hope that it comes across like a main event feud. But Earthquake really isn't a main event guy. So Yokozuna is kind of coming down to his level.
Really?
And that's kind of how I've taken it. I thought the squash match, though, for Yokozuna was pretty good. That's the type of effective stuff that can build him back up again.
We've seen effective squash matches with him, so I don't know why they don't do it on a more consistent basis.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it just is going to lead into a likely not so great match with Earthquake. But
yeah,
I like Earthquake, but I don't know if this is the right direction to go in. So
I don't think it is. I really don't. So
as for the show, I mean, a pretty good tag team title match with the Head Shrinkers winning the gold. Diesel's little King's Court. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like the Head Shrinkers and Diesel stuff is rushed.
Yes.
Like everything, anything going on the program is just rushed way too quickly to kind of get invested in or even rally behind.
Yep.
But yet here we are. I thought it was a decent overall episode. Anytime you get like a title change, I'm usually a sucker for those on TV. So I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, they went like 15 minutes or something anyway, so they took up a pretty good portion. As we didn't get a lot of matches this week.
Yeah.
And the Diesel one ran pretty long as well, the segment there. So not too bad. A good little, I guess, a slow build to what they're probably going to do in the later spring and summer months. But what did you think of the episode?
I'm kind of right there with you. I mean, it was a solid week of Raw. Nothing to go out of your way to watch, I don't think, even with the title change. And then we discussed that. The match was good. Wasn't outstanding by any means. Cool little title change, though. I think it is much needed. We need to refresh the tag teams a little bit. I do kind of hope that Captain Lou doesn't stick around for very long. I'm kind of hoping that that's a temporary situation there. Even if they, they're like, oh, well, we just use you to get the belts, and then they just kill him, and then we don't see him again. I'd be fine with that. Yoko gets a solid squash there, like we talked about. Diesel is able to add some momentum to his side, although again, it's way too much too soon. With that said, I don't think the King's Court was necessarily a flop this week, which was nice because I feel like the last times we've kind of seen it, it's like stupid. So I did appreciate that. Some of the matches went long. I feel like Tatanka went long.
Yeah.
But for all things considered, I think it could have been much worse. So I'm glad that at least we're swinging the momentum back to a solid Raw rather than, hey, you can probably skip this and not miss anything. So, yeah, middle of the road. We've seen better for sure.
Yep. And so like the last 2 weeks prior to this, we were almost like wanting to hurt ourselves physically for having to sit through it. But now as we inch closer and closer, we got qualifying matches for King of the Ring. King of the Ring is in fact in like mid-June instead of late June. So I was off on that little calculation. So we're about probably 5 or 6 weeks away from the 1994 King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Kind of a toss-up because we don't really know who's in it yet for the
Yeah.
But it's good to see Ramon's in there after losing the strap. That's what I'm talking about, with like freeing him up to do other things. I don't know if he necessarily would have been in there,
right?
if he was the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah,
so.
probably not, right?
Yeah. So like next week we'll have a Vince Russo update.
Ooh.
Or whatever's going on in his life.
Yeah.
His deranged life.
All right.
But yeah, so we're inching closer and closer to the second annual King of the Ring tournament. Perhaps, like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, a stable is coming to the WWF.
I still don't know what that is.
And Austin doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Still don't know, which is pathetic because I definitely should.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still have no idea.
Mike Campbell knows because he messaged me and he was like, "Hey, is this what you were talking about?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Wow."
He better not post it.
No, he won't. He's not going to spoil it.
Good.
Yeah. So that'll be a whole lot of fun. I don't know how long we went today. I feel like this was relatively shorter.
Yeah, it feels like it went quick, but you know what? That's what you get. Sometimes you'll get a 2-hour Raw for kind of no reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll get an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
but there was stuff going on. You know, we got two title changes.
Yeah, huge, major.
In one episode. That's arguably one of the biggest TV weeks that we've had in a while.
Who should Diesel feud with moving forward?
That's a great question. That is a really good question. I don't know who.
Quang.
Yeah, Quang. I mean, really. Man. So I really don't want Brett and Diesel to be feuding yet. It's too soon for that.
There's no way.
You can't go back to you can't go to Ramon immediately. I would think you would want to keep them apart.
Right.
I mean, Luger's not doing nothing.
That's fair.
But I don't know. Like, what if he loses to Diesel? Then the fans are like, "You can't beat anybody."
Holy shit, man!
What is going on?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Undertaker's not there, so you can't do that. I don't know. I don't know if they might be really weak on the babyface side. If it's really just Brett and Razor
at that level
and Luger to some extent.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting.
Oh, you know what? I know who I would say. Scott fucking Steiner. Put all the belts on Scotty Steiner. What are we doing?
Yeah. Although a Scott Steiner Diesel match.
Yeah, dude. Could you imagine him picking up Diesel for the Steiner screwdriver? And
Diesel wouldn't sell it. Fucking don't sell it.
He would do it.
No.
I believe it. I believe in them. They would be able to do it. A top rope Frankensteiner. Give me a break.
Oh my fucking god.
This is real life.
Holy shit. Match of the year.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Fucking A. Yeah, it's gonna be really weird to kind of see moving forward because again, I don't think Razor's gonna go right back after the title. I think he's gonna be done with it for a little while.
Yeah, I would keep him away for several months and then build up into it. You can't be like, oh hey, I lost the belt, and then a month later be like, oh hey, we're gonna go for it.
Right.
Build up that anticipation.
I'm afraid, like we talked about when we went over the Superstars match, I am afraid that they're gonna play a little bit of hot potato with it for a minute. Right. But if it was me, I would not do that. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see.
They're heavy on the heels. Weren't we like in reverse where there was like not enough heels?
Right.
And now it's like we don't have enough baby faces.
Right. Yeah.
Wow, that sucks.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Figure it out. Well, you got anything else, Austin, or should we just hit the road?
Well, if we're gonna
hit the road like we're two cool daddies.
Yeah, like the diesel truck running over Razor Ramon.
Choo choo.
I think if we're gonna make it a quick episode, we should just take old Yeller out back and pull the trigger.
All right. Well, sorry for jipping all you great listeners.
Vince would say.
Yeah, we ripped you off.
Yeah.
We took all your money, even though this is a free podcast.
Right.
But yeah, we took all your monies and we're not going to give it back. So for Austin Skinner, I'm Bob Conley Jr. And this has been a rather short edition of IcoPod, but I don't want to hear about it.
But you know what you will hear? Not because you have a choice, but you got to hear it.